loves, how are you guys doing? I am here to talk about my COVID-19 positive test. Yes, I got a COVID-19 positive test. I can't get over that. Before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that I took care of myself like the world was ending. So it was very upsetting to see how I was the only person in my circle with COVID-19. And I was like obsessed with hand sanitizer and alcohol. But anyways, so as y'all can know, most of y'all, if you don't know, I am 26 weeks pregnant. And I was diagnosed, today's the 8th of June. I was diagnosed on the 4th. I actually got tested on the 1st and my positive test came back on the 4th. So to tell you a little bit about how this started. So Saturday, I woke up and I had the worst headache in the whole wide world. Like my headache was pounding and I just couldn't take it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so like cold. And I just felt so cold, but that was it. On Sunday, I woke up and I was freezing. I had chills. Granted, I was checking my temperature because having a fever, being pregnant, it's a big deal. And I never had a fever. It was always like 99.7, 99.8, like somewhere around there. So I'm like, what's wrong with me? I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I don't have anything. But my body was aching. By Monday, I was like, look, maybe something's wrong with the baby. I'm going to go to the ER and see what's going on because my body aches. I literally could walk downstairs and feel like I was carrying a mattress downstairs. Like, I just felt so much pain in my bones. And I was like, this is not normal. So I go to the ER and I tell them I'm super cold. I had the chills. And again, my temperature was like 99 point something. So they were like, well, you don't have a fever, but we're going to check you for COVID anyways. So they did a COVID test and they sent me home. Literally, they were like, okay, we did the COVID. We don't know what else could be wrong with you. Which I find is so weird and bizarre. Because I'm like, they could have done a blood work. They could have done so many things. And they literally just checked for COVID. And that was it. So then they sent me home. And here I was like, I can't breathe. But I don't know if I can't breathe because I have COVID. Or I can't breathe because I'm 26 pregnant. So, but I was like having a hard time. Like I still do. I have to breathe. And I talk super fast. So now it's like slow down. Because I can feel myself just doing the most. And I was like, that could be my pregnancy. With my other son, I felt like that. So I'm like, I don't know. But they called me and told me my COVID results were positive and I had to quarantine for 14 days. They put this app that they have now with the nurse 24 hours to kind of, you have to check in and check your temperature and new symptoms. And if they gotten worse or better, you got to constantly check in every day. So I was like, okay, that's it. Don't need to take any medication. They're like, no. I called my OB because I was like, oh my God, I have COVID, my baby. My OB says it doesn't affect him. The only way that it would affect him was if I was almost in labor. The fear is that I would deliver and the baby will get COVID from being close to me. But since I'm nowhere close to the delivery date, it wasn't a big deal. So I was like, okay. She was like, just monitor the fever. Again, fever is a big deal when you're pregnant. So as long as you don't have a fever, you're fine. I haven't gotten one, which I also find it funny because I'm like, most people with COVID have fever, or at least that's what I've heard. Fever is one of their symptoms, and I'm pregnant, and it's a big deal for me to get a fever, and I haven't gotten one. So the God is good, and I just haven't had a fever. What else? So after that, I've been home, and my heart rate, it's been like 114, 120, 130, like every day. And because I have to check in with my nurse, she sent me back to the ER and was like, that's not normal. But the ER told me it's normal and sent me back home. They said because I'm pregnant, my heart rate will be higher. And because I have COVID, it will be higher. As long as my oxygen level is okay, I'm okay. And my oxygen level is fine. I live with my husband and my son. My husband is perfectly fine. He has zero symptoms, hadn't had one symptom. And my son is also perfectly fine with no symptoms. I would like to tell you guys that they're negative, but I don't know. My husband got tested on the 4th, so we're still waiting on his results. And my son haven't gotten tested. I will get him tested after I'm clear. Like once I come back negative, then I'll take him, but I don't want to risk him by exposing him to me. I also think he's already been exposed. The reason he's isolated right now, I have him in a, pretty much isolated in his room. The reason for that is because I don't know if he was exposed. So I don't know how long it really takes for it to show. And he spent the weekend that I was sick with my aunt. So I don't know if he was really exposed to me or not. But I'm guessing he was. Obviously, he came home and I was fine with him. I didn't isolate him until they gave me the results. So as far as I know, he could have been exposed, but I didn't want to risk it. So he has been isolated, and my husband has been next to me the whole time, sleeping with me, cooking for me, helping me get up. Like, obviously I'm pregnant, so he hasn't isolated from me at all, and he has no symptoms. So we're gonna find out together how contagious COVID is by getting his results, because then we will know if it's highly contagious, because he's been sleeping with me. So it's like, imagine that. I also want to say the shortness of breath. If you have asthma or like a condition, I see why they're isolating y'all. I don't think a baby could take that, and I don't think an older person with some condition could take that. I think it's too much. Even the pain in my body and the way he ate, I think that a person with an underlying condition couldn't take that, which it makes so much sense of why we gotta be so careful with them. I don't think that they could. As far as for us as young adults, I definitely think we can handle it. If I had to give my honest opinion, I'm a crybaby. Like, I wouldn't be doing this video if I had a flu, like, at all. I'm a crybaby when I get the flu, because I have mucus and I'm like, oh, and I haven't had a cough. But when I'm sick, I'm like, oh, like, I literally feel like I'm dying. And I don't feel like that right now. So that's why I said I think we can handle it, because I'm like, when I have a flu, I'm like calling my aunt, like, what do I do? Like, I can't with my life. And right now, that's not the case. Again, I did have really bad shortness of breath, and I have it still, but I don't know if it's from COVID or from my pregnancy. So I don't know. But other than that, those are my symptoms. That's what I've been through. I'm still waiting. I have to check in with you guys and let you guys know if the results come back negative on my next time. I'm testing Wednesday, so we'll see. And also let you guys know my husband's results, so you can kind of see how contagious this is. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you guys educated yourself from this video. And if you're pregnant, I hope it gave you a peace of mind, because I was so scared. I was like, I can't get sick, I'm pregnant. And just, it was kind of like God telling me, like, have faith in me, trust in me, like, what's wrong with you? So if you're pregnant, stay strong and hope that your body will react to a way where it will fight the virus and you'll be fine. Love ya.